This is Novel Spirits.
We're forced to be. Oh,
Here we go. Now we're in.
Get with the program.
You see me?
Yeah, get with the program.
we're forced to be
kidding.
funny.
I'm here. This book sucks. Cue the music.
All right, everybody.
No, I'm just kidding.
Back
That's
to Novel
fine.
Spirit. Welcome back to Novel Spirits, where if it can be read, it can be reviewed, and it can be done so with a fancy spirit. And I'm your host today, Michael Lopez, and with me I have
Jacob, I'm not giving you my last name anymore.
Oh, I'm Higgins.
that's you.
That's me. Hey, that's me.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what happened with the last name?
Didn't feel natural, you know.
Mm.
Nice,
Yeah,
short,
sure.
short and sweet.
Were people asking you if you were Hispanic or?
No, nobody asked me. Actually, I get that a lot, but no, nobody directs anything at me.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, today we have a treat for y'all because last time, actually, the last couple episodes, we've done some topics, some books that can be translated to games and comics and all that stuff, and it's just spreads across the medium. But today we're doing another one that's near and dear to a lot of PS5 players out there. We're doing God of War. Jacob, why don't
Fallen
you tell-
God.
Yeah, Fallen God.
There we go. Yeah. So
Important.
Jacob, this was your selection. Why don't you tell us why you chose it and what it's about?
All right, I'm definitely the biggest God of War fan on the call. Probably this side of the country. I really like God of War. The old games were fun. The new games I really love. But yeah, and so I thought it was interesting to see it tells the tale of how he goes from Greek to Norse, kind of. So I picked it. I read it. I didn't really love it, but I guess we'll get into that.
I gotta say that I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I have never gotten on the God of War hype. In fact, I mean, I've watched a few of the videos on YouTube, and they're okay. But I've never played a single game. So
You're missing out.
literally starting off on the opposite side of the spectrum. But we got to the same point. I also did not like it.
I'm right in the middle. I definitely played like the first like two or three. I can't remember if I played all of them on the PS1 and PS2 and whatnot. And I played maybe my typical 5 to 6 hours of the first reboot.
You gave it to
Wow,
him.
you didn't finish the 2018?
No, I'm really bad at finishing games. I really love the first 5 hours of games.
Let's vote him off.
It's called the Higgins. Back when we did the episode on Jesus, I don't even remember what special episode.
Oh, that was Nausicaa with your boy.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So back when we did that episode, we labeled it the Higgins Try because Higgins had such a trouble with video games that we also came up with like the Higgins difficulty level, which is below easy.
There's just I have a tough time playing longer than 5 hours because I know there's another game that I'll like the first 5 hours of right around the corner.
I think you would be
Just
the
have too many
perfect
options.
game critic. Like, I don't know if you've seen the jokes about how game critics are really bad at video games, and they only play enough to get the critique out.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
like that might be your next your next hobby.
No, I can do that.
Next podcast.
Well, I'll work on it on this one too. I have a game to talk about later in the later segment. So
we are doing that segment.
Always.
Okay, all right.
Maybe.
That's the answer I wanted. The maybe. No, but yeah. See, we got off track with the games already. God of War, Fallen God. I think we're all kind of on the same page here. Where we saw the title, we got all hyped up, we read the book, and we're like, okay, wait, that was it. Hold on, time out. And that's the end of the episode, guys. That was really the review.
No. We'll tell you who it's by. It's by Chris Roberson, not Robertson. I don't know who the art's by. I don't
Tony
have.
Parker.
Tony Parker does the art.
Okay.
the only
Great
saving
part.
grace of this comic. So, good job, Tony.
Yeah, and even some faces looked very weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was being nitpicky, but
Yeah, so why don't we
I
start
did
off
like
from
most of the art.
the point of view of the fan here, Jacob. Go ahead and the beginning of the story, and then tell us, what you nitpicked at.
Sure, sure. So before we start, I'm gonna try my best not to just talk about God of War and focus on the story. So if I get off track,
I'm not
reel
gonna
me
help
back
you.
in.
Right.
Because I will talk about this game for a long time. But yeah, so it starts off, like I said, it's between the two series, the reboot and the original. After the third game, and Kratos is he's lost. He's wandering around. When I say lost, he's lost like kind of mentally. So
He's a bit dejected, I guess you
yeah,
could say.
yeah, definitely dejected. He, because in the end of the third game, he tries to kill himself, and he's cursed to not die. Basically, he's not allowed to rest, and that curse is something he refers to a lot because the whole first, or most of the story, he's trying to get rid of his blades of chaos. He feels like they are cursed to follow him, and they are cursed to follow him because as he travels, he's not sleeping, he's barely eating for days, and he's a god, so for days and months, and he throws them as far as he can, leaves them in the ocean, and every time that he closes his eyes to rest, they appear next to him, and he curses himself and curses the blades, and you pick up where he's made his way to the land of the pharaohs or Egypt, and he's confronted by, it's an old man, but it's really a god, and he gets mad at the old man. He probably knows it's a god. He doesn't have a good relationship with those, and then the old man becomes a monkey. Am I getting too far ahead? Anything to say about this first part?
No, I think you're doing all right. He basically, besides like the fact that he fought two beasties, that was the entire plot of the book. Was that he wanted to kill himself. Didn't want his blades anymore, and there was an old guy,
Yeah.
and that was the plot of the book.
And
All four books.
how quickly you went through that is exactly how quickly it read.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
There's no time
very
to
short
pause
read.
on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
And,
but I will say the point that you made where it's him connecting himself from the Greek mythology to the Norse mythology, that makes it ever so slightly better to me because I honestly didn't know what the point was when I read it through.
and I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I'm gonna challenge you, Jacob, because I honestly did not see the connection here because you have Greece and then you have Norway and then you have Egypt way over here. It seems like the opposite way somehow.
yeah,
He's finding him. He's finding himself, Michael.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a, I don't, metaphor. I don't know. He's traveling when you've finished school and you go traveling, or when you're a kid and you go traveling. That's what he's doing. He's finding himself. So I think the big thing that I liked about the story was that it continued the plot of Kratos being used by gods and being somebody's monster. That's a big point in the story.
Yeah, I remember. I'm like reaching way back, but like I want to say like the first game, he's like working for the gods basically. He's fighting people, fighting demons and monsters for gods. And then as it goes along, I think the third one maybe his like whole thing is he's like fighting like the Greek gods. Like I
Yeah,
have a distinct memory of fighting like Ares, god of war,
yeah, and
in
that's
one
God
of
of War
them.
one. Yeah. So the whole thing is he serves Ares in the first game, and Ares tricks him, makes him kill his family because he thinks he's the perfect soldier. This makes Kratos rage, and the whole game is about killing Ares, and then he becomes the god of war. Ares is the god of war, and he takes that mantle. The rest of the games are basically him being used by other gods to further their agendas, and him killing gods and killing big figures from Greek mythology. And in the last game he kills Zeus. Spoiler, which is also his dad. So that's kind of why he's so strong and all that. I think he's his dad.
Zeus is everybody's dad.
Yeah.
If you've read any Greek mythology.
There's an old funny quote where it's like, how did Greek mythology, how does every story in Greek mythology start? Well, one day Zeus was horny, and so he's everyone's daddy. But like I said, I've never played the game, so I'll take all your words for it. I know I've seen enough to follow along, but it almost sounds to me like he has this gift and he doesn't know what to do with it, and he thinks of it as a curse. I mean, maybe it's a double-edged sword, because what I saw in the comic was that only he was able to take down this giant freaking crocodile monster and then a giant hippo. And if I know anything about crocodiles and hippos, that you don't fuck them IRL. So
it's just the only thing with that is like he beat the first one, and that like supports his point where he doesn't need to be this he doesn't need to be with these cursed blades. And then a bigger monster comes and proves that he can't do it completely on his own. Yeah. And by do it, I mean kill himself, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
kill him.
Yeah, and then there was some stuff with Athena, and I don't know. It's real tough to talk about the plot because, like I said, like the first 5 pages of every book is him like traveling. It's just like real short, no dialogue, him traveling through like tough wilderness, like starving himself and or like going through mountains that are treacherous.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, I can't do this anymore.
And I think there
is like almost no plot. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Michael.
No, you're on the same point.
Okay. I was like, there's almost, it is literally like, it's a transformation from, it's literally a transition. It's like this whole thing is just a transition. It's him going from one place to another. And there's not like, I don't know. It feels like there's no plot. There's no resolution. He's still like messed up at the end of it.
The first scene is the last scene, basically.
Yeah. It's like,
that being said,
a nothing burger.
It'd be pretty fun to play as a video game. Like you go in, you're climbing mountains. You're doing that, and then like you fight a couple big beasties, and that would be like, hell yeah! Just let me press some buttons and fuck up a crocodile. And but I feel in the context of a story,
I feel like
it's just not what we want.
That's the point.
Sorry,
we're all no, it's fine. I think that's the point we're all kind of stuck on here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 issues. They were very linear. Okay, I hate myself, I fight the crocodile, I fight the hippo, and then sort of kind of no resolution. That's literally all the issues. And then like you said, it's kind of like one of those things where there's barely any dialogue. It's just himself. He's kind of just moping, groping, and yelling half the time. And then the only conversation that he has is with the gods, and he's arguing with the gods, saying, I don't want my destiny, I make my destiny. And then he makes his own destiny, and that's it. And then he repeats the cycle, and then he transitions.
But he doesn't. He doesn't even make his destiny, because he still ends up doing what the gods told him is his destiny. And that's really what God of War is about. It's like the saying, a man meets his destiny on the path he took to avoid it. Yeah. That is like what happens in God of War. And I think like Kratos' journey is about accepting that and stepping into the role that he's been given as a god, because he doesn't start off as a god. And I mean, I guess
basically a demigod. He didn't say boy one time in this book, and that was probably the worst part.
Yeah, no boy
yet. Yeah, no boy yet.
To your point on the boy, when you look at the last games, the what were they, Jacob? The revamps. Anyway,
2018.
God of War and Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you look at those, like the amount of lore and the amount of dialogue and the amount of stuff that's in there is significantly different than the stuff that's in the first couple of games, where it's a hack and slash basically. This felt like it was in the hack and slash era, and I think the way that we can justify the rating for this, because I think it's very rare that we ever have like a consensus across the board that we didn't like something that we read. But it's nothing against Chris. This is a big title. Freaking Kratos is a big character. Everybody knows. No matter what you write about him, people are going to read it. But really a lot to work with here. Not until you get to, Norse mythology and you have a whole bunch of new stuff that you can explore. Everybody already knows Greece mythology. Everyone knows Egyptian mythology, especially those who play Assassin's Creed. So, nothing against Chris. He's a great writer. He's done a lot.
I looked at all the stuff he had written, and like a lot of it looked pretty dang good. Like some
Exactly.
Hellboy, some like
Yeah.
iZombie and stuff like that. And it's like, oh yeah, like dude did it. They found a good writer for this story that just wasn't a story.
Yeah. It's just Chris.
There's just
Chris
not much
is
to work with,
Yeah, Chris is a writer. Kratos is not a talker. So I mean, it's kind of a wasted name
Yeah.
there. So,
But
That's very true.
point you were saying, God of War, Kratos, he's a big character. Everyone's gonna read it. I think that's my actually one and true like biggest gripe with this thing is it felt like, oh, we got Kratos. We don't really got to do much. We can just like pump out a God of War book and like at least some like chumps gonna buy it
yeah.
wholesale.
And I accidentally read another God of War book, and it
Was it
felt the
better?
exact same way.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if it was written by the same person, but yeah, Michael, that's a great point because Kratos doesn't really talk. Like
Yeah.
that's like played up a lot in the games. Is like he'll just grunt in response or something, and it doesn't, yeah, or say boy, it doesn't translate well to a comic book. I feel like, so I don't know. I mean, but to me, there were some fun parts. I like seeing
I mean,
Athena again.
the fight scenes are really fun. Like I said, Tony Parker, who did the art, I mean, he arted it up really well for those things. I know you mentioned something about faces looking a little weird before off camera, but I mean, they uh they made the action fun.
Yeah, I agree.
So that was cool.
Yeah.
And the Blades of Chaos have never looked better.
I went down the rabbit hole after I read this and started, like I said, I've never played the games. I probably never will, but I did watch a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, I mean, hey,
Well, it's just because he's not a PlayStation boy.
I'm not a PlayStation.
It's on
boy,
PC now.
But if this
No
is my
excuses.
introduction to God of War, I have no interest. So,
You'd like the newer ones. I don't think hack and slash is your jam, but
Yeah.
you'd like the
You would
newer
like-
ones.
you would
They're a
like
lot of
the
fun.
18.
and that's where you're wrong. This is where we're gonna get off trail because my very first favorite game.
Oh, we're off the book now. Can we
Yeah.
hold on before we even talk about any of this? I'm gonna say we give our ratings now. We're done with the book. We've talked.
There's nothing else to
We've
talk
talked.
about.
There's literally nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, ladies.
I know
and
we're only
gents,
I know we're already 20 minutes in, but
Yeah.
the amount of drinks that we've had describes the book we've read.
That is very
Yeah.
true.
At this
So,
point,
ladies
I
and
think.
gents, welcome to the shortest Novel Spirits episode, the shortest Comicsology episode, the shortest episode in general regarding a very big
Hey,
title.
I can talk about the game, man. I can.
No, we'll
I can
still-
down on our runtime.
No. We'll still talk. We'll still do our thing because I think God of War as itself deserves its thing. And like we said at the top of this thing, we talk about books, comics, and games. So
Yeah.
we might as well talk about the games that actually like. That way, people don't like have a sour taste in their mouth about God of War if they've
That
never
way
dipped
they
in.
don't curse us out on comments. I agree 100%. So,
Yeah.
so no, but transitioning a little bit away from the book, and this isn't necessarily like readings for square material. We're still on topic, but my very first hack and slash, my very first game was the Ninja Gaiden series, and to me, that's the original God of War. Even though that's a different origin, whatever.
What does that even mean?
The original. What does that even mean? I don't know what it means. But Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden, Ryu Hayabusa was his name. He was a cursed ninja. He fought monsters, he fought demons, he dealt with gods, and it's a giant IP. There's comics, there's games, there's side scrollers, there's books, there's a whole bunch of stuff. And just because it's a smaller IP than God of War, I just feel like God of War is just Ninja Gaiden walked so God of War could run, basically. That's my
fair.
hot take. I'm going to die.
I can't specifically say what I would say the first three God of War games are like, but they kind of fit in my sense into their own mold. Because it's like one of the first, like, you're gonna walk straight, you're gonna hit a bunch of guys, and then you're gonna do like it's one of the first games to introduce what's those quick time events.
Yeah.
Well, it's like very, very, very cinematic. I'm gonna hit the X button. I'm gonna hit the square button. I'm gonna swirl the right stick in an arc, and then I'm gonna do like the coolest looking like move on this giant Cerberus or something like that.
Yeah, I'm going to rapidly tap the A button so I can make these two women, pleasure.
Hey, hold on. We're not gonna talk about that. I was gonna mention that later, but I'll just go ahead and hop in right now. I have a what's it called? One of those emulators, Retroid 2 Plus or something like that. And I have God of War Chains of Olympus on there for the PSP. And so I played through the first like 30 minutes. You have your tutorial beat where they like get you in, you like fight a couple bad boys, and then you walk up to this thing and it's like a path to the right, path to the left, like two cells. One cell's got an open door, and one cell has two ladies in less clothing than normal. And then it's like, do this threesome minigame. And god dang, if I was good at video games, it would probably go way smoother. It took me like it took me like 8 tries to get this like sex minigame down. I was like I'm not even here for like any sort of like sexual, I don't know, awakening. Maybe if I was 13, it would have been that for me. But
You were too
I was
young
just
to
like,
play.
why is this quick time event like mini game so fucking hard?
Yeah.
I eventually beat it.
After,
I eventually beat it.
tries.
After like 8 tries, yeah. It might have been 10. I don't know.
Oh god! After you got done there, you were probably like a hand expert at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's like it's not like I could do this with one hand either, so I don't even know why they did it for it.
Oh, man, you just completely overshadowed my hot take. That's great.
Yeah, no, your hot take is it sucks, but I wasn't gonna comment on it.
Higgins, you gonna?
No,
take
they're
that
really
from
fun
him?
games though, man.
No. His hot take is good.
Oh, I know.
I'm talking about
My
you're
hot
not
take's
talking
good.
to me. No, you never.
No, but
even played-
the
no, hold on. You've never even played Ninja Gaiden. You can't even talk. Okay.
You haven't played God of War.
Okay. You know what? Touche. All right.
it's all good times around. That being said, the first 3 hack and slash, very linear story, which is actually like kind of good. He fights with like the fact that he killed his wife and
His
maybe
daughter.
kid, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kid.
And so he does through that, and that is already a better story than what we read. And then like you get to the newer ones where he'll already tell you. Like the 5 hours I played, like the first like 30 minutes is a better story than what we ever read. Like the stuff with I don't know if it was a god or what, the guy that he fights at the beginning of the first reboot game.
Balder.
Yeah. Yeah. And that like 5-minute interactions like better than anything that this book did.
Yeah. I mean, I think God of War does big moments so well. Like it builds up, and then you have these huge fights, and it's just fun. It's the first games I feel like are just like the rule of cool. Like if it's cool, you can do it in the game, and then later on it's really story driven. Like 2018 and Ragnarok is they put a lot of work into the story. It's a little bit it's a lot less hack and slash, but there's still fun combat. A lot of stuff you can do in it. So I don't know. It's a franchise I'm a huge fan of.
The way that I've heard it told before is, and I think we've beat the dead horse here. The first couple of games was hack and slash. The new games are more a movie with some interaction.
No, like he said, the combat's honestly better. Combat's honestly better than the other games. Like you get a lot of cool moves. The axe is spectacular. Like it's like basically Captain America's shield. You're able to toss it, it comes back to you.
I mean, it's
And
hammer. It's
that's the other part of the games that we haven't talked about is they're besides the fact that they're hack and slash, they're also like a bit of a puzzle game. They have like pretty like you have to find the thing that you have to hit in order to lift this lever to lift you up and that sort of stuff. And they bring that into like the entire series basically.
yeah. There's some God of War in the original series. There's some puzzles that are really hard. I
Yeah.
remember struggling with some puzzles, and
There's big brain stuff, Michael.
yeah, you wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it.
I'll take your word for it. From what I gather, you have some puzzles that are just too hard to do with your hands, and then some puzzles that are just too big brain. So I mean, it wouldn't be my game anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So now that we've talked about game and book, would you like to give our drink review for the book? We haven't given our full-on rating and what
Sure.
we're drinking
Yeah.
for the
Oh
people.
yeah.
So Jacob, since this was yours and you did work very hard on your drink, go ahead and start us off.
Okay. So
He didn't even have to have a drink this time, and he
I
made a
know,
drink
right?
this
And
time.
he still
That's good
made
for
it.
him.
I've been doing beer recently, so I tried something. I don't know if this is a sin, but I said, "Hey ChatGPT, this is what I have in my
Shame.
cabinet.
Shame.
This is what I have in my cabinet.
Shame.
Help me get a Greek-inspired drink."
Shame.
And it helped me come up with a. It's supposed to be baklava inspired. I don't know if it's baklava, if it tastes like baklava, but it tastes good. It was lemon juice, honey, some cinnamon, and some whiskey. It was
Oh, that
delicious.
sounds good.
It was really good. It was the best drink I've ever made, and I'm gonna give my life to ChatGPT. That's all I have to
All
say.
right.
I was about to say, like,
You're
you didn't even make it.
Killing all the water on our planet.
No,
AI is gonna kill us all.
When the
It's-
AI
it's-
uprising comes, it will hear this video, and I'll be safe.
no, you won't, because you
Hopefully.
didn't say thank you.
Fingers
I
crossed.
always say please and thank you.
No, well, I am very lax with my drinks. I have for the last couple episodes, but I just had to find something that was as close as possible to Greece, Norway, and Egypt. Was it? So I'm just drinking a German beer, a German Pilsner. So that's
There you go.
the closest thing I could find locally. Not
Well, the
really-
fun thing right now is we're on camera, so you could show the crowd,
This is
and then we'll say what it says on the label for the listeners.
Warsteiner.
The Warsteiner, it's a Dunkel.
Yeah, Pilsner.
It's about 5 to 6%, I'm assuming.
Something like that. Yeah, that's good beer.
Pretty tasty.
I'm-
Michael made me drink it during D&D.
Yeah.
And I'm having a nice summer beer. It's the Creature Comforts Paradiso, but it's the watermelon and salt variety. There's a few
It's
different
red.
like kinds. It's a sour beer.
Yeah.
I love anything watermelon. It is red, so
It's from the bloody red
Greek
base.
people drink red wine. Yeah, I was gonna get some cheap red wine, but then I was like, a beer's easily accessible.
This could have
And I
easily
can,
been. Yeah, sorry. This could have been easily been our very first episode with an actual official like fancy spirit wine, and we didn't do it.
No. The first one I was on was Cyberpunk. I made the ectoplasm thingy, kind of. It was Red Bull vodka. It was Red Bull vodka. It was like the Sims or whatever.
Oh yeah, the stem shot.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I kind of went for it this time, and then I was like, I don't know. I kind of lost the script. I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to make like a book themed drink for this one, so I just bought beer. But next time,
Yeah.
you guys be ready.
It's supposed to be like, you know, a spirit associated with it, but at this point, as long as we have a spirit, we're okay.
Yeah.
At least one of us does it. I think we won the episode.
Yeah.
I think Jacob's fits because he had honey in his, and meat is the god of the nectars, the nectar of the gods.
There we go.
Ooh,
Yeah.
How
messed
many
that
have
up.
you had?
This is 2 now, so I just have a bad mouth, I guess.
Yeah.
But I give it a 2 out of 5. I had 2 beers. It was a 2 out of 5. The art was the only thing that saved it from a 1, and I'm hard pressed to give something a 1.
It wasn't a 1. I'll say it wasn't a 1. It wasn't.
It wasn't
great,
a 1.
but yeah, it was. A 2.
I give it a 2
I'm
and a
gonna give it
0.25. I'll give it a 2.25.
2.25. I'm gonna give it a 2.5. The original 2 stars agreeing with Higgins, and the other half a star just because it gets under Jacob's nerves. So
That being said, out of the close to 70 episodes of this podcast, that is by and far the worst and scathing review I've ever given for any comic I've
Really?
read.
okay.
So kudos to everybody. Snoop's giving a scathing review to something, but I'm usually 3.5's probably the worst. Like, as I know our like ratings in the past didn't really mean much of a shit, but 3.5 is about what the worst thing I rated something was.
To be fair, they
And
still
so now
don't.
this is my worst one.
Yeah. To be
Yeah.
fair, they still don't. The points don't matter. But I remember that episode. It was a superhero comic, if I'm not mistaken. God, you liked it. He didn't. I don't remember the name of it though.
There was also another one. He really didn't like I Killed Adolf Hitler, I don't think.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, congratulations, guys. We're making, Novel Spirits or Comicology Club history. This again, it's a very quick read with a very strong IP. Just not a really favorite read. If you're a God of War, yeah. Thanks. Was that good enough? Clap. That was a clap. You just asked for a
That
clap.
was great. That was the live studio audience.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna mute myself because I'm gonna go pee like right over here in the other room. But yeah, we'll start that in just a sec. Well, you know to
Squares,
How,
but he goes,
wait, hold on. You're gonna start your segment and then walk out of the room.
I figured that was a good cut. All right,
Okay,
I'm gonna
alright.
mute myself so the podcast doesn't hear me.
We can still hear you. No, that's a joke. Don't worry about it. All right. So
we can see you though.
So Jacob, in all seriousness, I know that he just did the readings for squares bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and rewind while he's away. Talk about books. We've talked comics. We've talked games. Right? If there was ever a God of War TV show, who would you want to play Kratos?
It's a hard pick, I don't know. There was who would you pick to play Kratos?
I don't know. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I don't know.
Okay, no, that would be terrible. That would be terrible. I mean, I guess you could do someone like, I feel like out of big, I don't know a lot of actors, but out of actors I know, someone like Dave Bautista could maybe pull it off.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
He's got the bald head. Also, Christopher Judge and I forget the other guy who plays Kratos, but there's one of them would also make a really good Kratos. Kratos looks white because the skin, the ashes of his dead family are literally like forced to be on his skin.
Yeah.
Christopher Judge, I think he's Hold on.
Look it up.
Yeah, just to make sure.
I think
But
Dave Bautista definitely was. I didn't think about him, but he definitely. Both of them have the wrestler build that you need for.
You guys are both wrong. I
Oh,
saw a thing on Facebook, and I saw multiple pictures of people dressed up in Kratos' makeup.
yeah.
Gerard Butler has
Oh,
the same face. You shave his head bald, and he's just about the right age now too. You just give him a little more muscle, he fits the bill perfectly.
we're gonna have to
I
drop a
don't know what
picture of
Christopher
that.
Judge looks like, but
Yeah. We're gonna have to drop
Christopher
a
Judge
picture
has
of
a
that in the
very
description.
strong chin, and I feel
yeah.
like it would he could look good as Kratos, Um, but the voice though, his voice is great. I love Kratos' voice when Christopher Judge plays him. But yeah, I mean, I just looked up Gerard Butler. Never seen him before. Well, I mean, I have, but looking up, yeah, he'd make a good Kratos as well.
Okay, I'll take y'all's word for it. I'm not gonna spend my typing time looking that one up. So, all right. So, readings for squares. Moving away from God of War. Moving away from books and anything that can be read because reading is for squares. Jk. But what have you guys been up to? And Jacob, since it was again your book, I'm gonna go ahead and shift it. Higgins, what have you been up to?
To this guy, you want me to do it?
Yeah, you
All
go
right.
ahead.
You want? I said I was gonna do a game. I'm gonna preface this with a not game real quick and say I've been burning through My Hero Academia. I'm almost through season 7, which is all that's out right now, and it's a stellar watch, everybody. I'm really
So good.
excited for the eighth and final season coming out in October. And now I'm gonna jump to my game. I recently bought a Switch 2, so I've been fiddling around with that. Haven't played much Switch 2 games. I played a little bit of Mario Kart World. It was fun. That's not what I'm here to talk about. Recently, this game called UFO 50 came to Switch. It was before that. It was just a PC game, and so kind of the background story is the idea of it is a like a fictional like N64 SNES platform that a bunch of people made games for. And so this game has 50 very retro feeling style games on it. 50 different games. You can pick from any of them. They're all like varying different games. I played 15 of them out of the 50 so far. They're all very punishing. The I think the year range is 1982 to like early 1990s basically. So that range of like game feel.
Okay.
And so
That's a really cool
it's
concept for a game.
it's kind of fun. Like you go in there, and when each game boots up, it's like, oh, this game was produced by UFO Soft. So like playing off of Ubisoft
Yeah.
kind of. And I played a couple different ones. There's one where it's like it gives you this guy, and your only buttons are like jump and like slash with your sword. And it's very like 1980s, like very blocky, and you're walking through, and it's not a Metroidvania, I don't guess, but you walk through this door, there's ladders, there's monsters shooting at you in like their 8-bit platform, and it's very easy to die like it was in the old games. They didn't make a big game, so they made it as hard as they possibly could, basically. And I fiddled around with that one for maybe 30 minutes, and I was like, okay, this is too much for me right now. So luckily for me, I have 49 more games to choose from. So I picked a random one. Found another one. It was like you're a guy that kicks a soccer ball at enemies, and it's like kind of like almost Pac-Man-y. Like you're kicking a soccer ball, kill the enemy, walk and grab their like little hot dog they dropped, and that sort of thing. And the one game that really struck me so far, it's the only game that I've like, um, they call it cherrying it. There's you can beat the game, gold it, or cherry it. And so like I played this one called Camouflage, and you're a
Okay.
chameleon, and like it's like at the start, it's like us the gods give you this chameleon the power of camouflage. And so it's a little grid based deal. You're just like this little chameleon walking around this grid base, and you got to collect these oranges and like your little or chameleon gecko buddy. But there's also like these things trying to kill you, and so you have to be the same color as the ground. Like there's grass, like plain lands, water. You have to be like camouflaged from the enemies in order to like pass through their zone. Otherwise, you get killed. And I cherried that one. There was like 15 or 16 levels, and I literally sat down and was just sitting on like my recliner, like playing my Switch 2,
Nice.
and it was the only thing I could even like kind of like keep my attention with. And
Nice.
I probably beat it in like an hour and a half, but I don't even feel bad about like beating the game in an hour and a half because, like I said, I have 49 other things to like try to attach myself to. And the only other game that I'll mention, unless you want to talk about that one real quick,
Keep going. Go ahead.
the only other one that really hit me out of like the 10 or 15 that I played was this one called Night Manor,
Hmm.
and it's like a very old school like PC like point and click adventure. It's like you're stuck in this you wake up in this room and you don't know how you got there. And you can like you click this one thing and it tells you like a little piece about it, and you can pick up like a battery or like a flashlight in order to like solve this next puzzle here and there while you're working through the world. But the thing that made this one was kind of cool is like you wake up and there's blood everywhere and you're like, what's going on? And so I was working my way through like grabbing like the crowbar, grabbing the silver key to open this silver drawer. And then all of a sudden I walk into the kitchen and there's this like creepy dude standing in the corner. And I was like, okay, that's that's kind of scary. He's not moving yet, so I should be fine. And so I like opened a drawer and like nothing happened. I went over here, nothing happened. Opened the fridge and all of a sudden like basically like what's it? Jason from like Friday the 13th with a butcher's cleaver like in his hand like saying like I'm gonna kill you now. And so if you don't act quick enough, like move to another room, move to another room, move to another room, he'll just kill you, and it ends up just putting you back in the starting zone, and you can keep going. It's not super punishing in that sense, but if you're able to get away, like you click off to a room, click off to a room, click off to a room, then all of a sudden you get this little mini like cutscene where it's like you're hiding behind like some mannequins, or you're hiding in like a uh, what's it called, like a wardrobe or something like that. And as a
Okay.
little quick time event where like this little arrow's just going across a line, and you have to hit this green spot that's getting like smaller and smaller. And if you don't beat it, then he gets you. And if not, then like if you do beat it, then you can like jump back to the room you're in, and he's like walked off to a different section. But the cool thing about that is like a lot of the rooms, like a lot of the puzzles that you're having to solve, it'll be like, oh, I found this key. I'm gonna open this for this. I'm gonna use this key on this grandfather clock. And then after the key opens, the grandfather clock like gongs or whatever.
Yeah.
And so then you have to like fight this dude again. And I'm like 49% through that one. So
Seems like a
what
bit.
I'm saying, it's a lot of fun
Yeah.
to like look through all these old style games.
That
And it was
specific.
like $20 or $25 on the Switch, and paying 50 cents for 50 games.
It's also
It
available on
just
Steam if you're interested.
Oh yeah.
That
It started out as like a PC game,
yeah, that was gonna be my
but I
next
was
one.
excited that it came to Switch.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, did you do your homework? Is it available else it's not Switch 2? But,
It's on
Chris,
both. It's on
How do you
Switch
like the
and
Switch
Switch
2?
too.
and it's
Um,
UFO 50.
UFO 50, yes.
Gotcha.
It's a
Okay.
very fun game.
Overwhelmingly positive reviews.
Switch 2 is good. Screen's bigger, it plays faster, and my hands don't hurt as much when I play it in handheld a lot, which is like the only way I play my Switch. I don't dock that thing if I can help it. The battery life's way longer. I could play my like regular Switch for like 2 hours and then I'd have to charge it. And this one I was like chugging along for a good 4 or 5, which is as much as I really wanted to use any
It's
game
pretty good
for.
for a handheld. Yeah.
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 So I'm gonna. This is not my topic at hand, but since you like that type of stuff, especially the description of the last game, they kind of gave me like early, very very early 1980s like Alien Isolation vibes. There is a conglomerate of games. It's called the Horror Games to Play in the Dark. I'm gonna send you the link. It's on HIO. You should download it and play it, and give you a review on the next one.
Whoa, send
All
that to me.
right.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. So Horror Games
I
to Play
love
in the
scary
Dark.
stuff, dude.
Yeah, so horror games. Hold on, let me get the information real quick. Horror games to play in the dark.
I'll do that one and then I went and saw Weapons in theaters and that movie's spectacular.
Oh
But
man, I need to see that.
but I want to give it like I want to give it a month because it like just came out. So before I talk about it, I want to let it rest on let people have a chance to see it.
I'll make sure to watch it before next episode.
It it was really good. I love horror movies. I still haven't really found one that scares me since I've really started like the horror movie like journey. I mean, I like when I first started watching, I was a big scaredy baby, but now that I've watched like so many, like it's hard to like jump scares still get me, but uh like the actual stuff doesn't really creep me out. Like I can make it to the end, no
That's
problem. I don't cover my
that's funny
eyes
because
anymore.
I'm the complete opposite. When I was younger, I loved horror movies, and then since I married my wife, she doesn't watch a lot of like haunted or demon movies, and so anytime something
Yeah.
like that comes on now, it scares me so bad because like she's got this idea in my head that it's like way scarier. But
No,
I used to not care.
my wife's the same way, and it doesn't make sense to me personally. But she's perfectly fine with like a demon haunting somebody. But or no, she doesn't. What's it? She will not watch a movie where a demon's haunting somebody or something like that, where it's supernatural, paranormal. Obviously, this isn't real. But as soon as I tell her we're watching like a slasher or like this dude's trying to murder some people in a cabin, she's like, "Yeah, let's watch it." What? I was
Yep,
like,
same way.
that's like the complete ass backwards way to think about horror movies. Is like I could get murdered by a dude in a cabin. I can't get murdered by
Dude,
a
I've
ghost.
always said that. I've never met somebody with that same mindset. But yeah, it's literally like a slasher is way scarier than a demon or a ghost movie.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, you're about to meet the person that's on the opposite side of the spectrum. I can fight a slasher. I can't fight a ghost.
That's true.
I don't know.
I
Maybe
guess it's
Michael
more,
can.
yeah, I don't know. I can
I'm
more
a
easily put myself in the shoes of a slasher victim.
I'm 5'6", 150. I'm gonna be the first one murdered.
Oh man. I've gone
Don't have
ahead
to
and
run
sent.
the fastest, just have to run faster than you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. I would be out of the ghost haunted house like the second I saw something a little too crazy.
Yeah.
But what have you guys been getting into?
Jacob, you want to go first?
Sure. I'll go ahead and say that I don't drink very much, so the drink I made today was way stronger than I normally would. And I'm definitely feeling it. So but yeah, other than that, two things I want to talk about. So my wife and I have been training for a 5K, and
Oh wow.
I used to run a lot. Now I've gotten old and fat, I guess. So running is not as fun as it used to be. But our goal is to run a 5K, 10-minute pace for me, by September like 19th or something. So a month basically. And I went on a run today. It sucked. Running is terrible. I don't understand why people do it. But other than that,
Boy,
the other thing I want to talk about was
you're gonna hate my
30-minute pace is easy peasy. It's been like 4 or 5 years now, but like I ran cross country in high school, and then like 4 or 5 years ago, so that's like 27, 28. I ran like a 5K no training, knocked it out in sub 28. So you got that all
that's good.
day. Your
Wait,
legs,
you
your
did
legs,
the
your
full
legs are
5K?
longer than me. Yeah.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, so you got longer legs. You'll probably like your stride will like cover most of that pace for you, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't rain or anything and it's like super humid. But yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I think we'll be fine. I mean, 5Ks are like, I think they're the easiest one, right? Is that like the shortest
Yeah,
competitive?
3.1 miles.
3.2 miles.
No, 3.1. 10K
Yeah, it's
6.2.
3.11.
3.2. Jacob, you're gonna have to look this
Michael,
up.
I ran cross country. I ran cross country in high school.
So
Michael,
did
I know how long they are.
So did I. Okay.
Yeah, but you think Ninja Gaiden is better than God of War?
Because it is. Because it is. I will.
All right, Michael, I quit. All right, Michael, I quit the show now. This argument's killed me.
Oh man, please don't.
No, I'm just kidding.
No. Oh man.
And the other thing I wanted to mention is recently I was playing God of War, and they released a DLC called God of War Valhalla, and it turns God of War into a roguelite, which is like you go through, you fight, you die eventually, and you unlock permanent upgrades to make the next run easier. And it's one of the hardest games I've played. It took me. So I just beat it. I took a long break, but it probably took me at least 2 months to beat the whole thing. The final
So
boss is super hard.
it looks like the new games though. Yeah, like you're basically just fighting like monsters from that. Okay, that's pretty cool actually.
Yeah, exactly. So you do like you go through these stages where you get upgrades, and then at the end of it, you fight a boss, and then if you beat the boss, you continue on to the next level. Where the second level is like it's based on a timer, so the longer it takes you to fight the enemies, the harder it gets. So if you
Wow.
can do really good, it's easier, and then you fight the big boss at the end. And it's worth playing. If you haven't played it, you should play it. The story, like it incorporates the story. It's really hard, so you'll be forced to hear all the story points that they go through, unless you're like a crazy gamer. But I loved it. I finally beat it. I didn't watch anything. I wanted to see how it ended. Got the ending. It was worth playing through. It was awesome. So yeah, my recommendation is buy God of War, buy the games, don't read the comics, and or you can read the comics if you want to. But definitely play through the new games and play Valhalla. It's worth the shot.
I just spent $500 on a Switch too, so I'll have to wait a little bit longer before I spend $500 on a PS5. 5 years old now.
We need your review. We need your review on our desk by next month.
All right, Michael, can you write my PS5 off?
Yeah, it's a business expense. No, well, I have not been playing God of War because I'm a cultured individual. I guess I'll start off with two items. Higgins, actually, you both know Jordan. Jordan has convinced me to start training for a 40 miler.
Way to show me up, dude.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey,
That's supposed to be my thing. This podcast.
This exactly.
It's okay, Jordan.
This is me shitting on you.
Jordan and David will run it.
We're going back on the trail, Michael. We're gonna see who can do better now.
But
Jordan and David will run it like super fast.
Dude, I just want to. My goal for that is just to finish, just to
Finish,
survive.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's a 40 miler. It's happening in December, so I have a little bit more time to prepare than you, and hopefully, I'm able to shed off a few pounds of the dad weight. But I've been doing that, and then aside from studio stuff, I have been playing on my Xbox One. You know, not the superior
The S. Do you
console.
have the X or the S?
I have the Series X, yeah, the one that's better than the
I have the
PS5.
S.
So
I have the S.
yeah. I have the X and the Series X. The Series X is in my room. The X is in the bedroom. But yeah. So and Jake, I don't mean to to keep crapping on you. At least we can agree that PC is master race. Let's just yeah. Okay.
I will agree.
All
I
right.
will agree.
So anyway, I've been
Yeah, I
playing
don't
my
have that.
Xbox in preparation for Ninja Gaiden 4, which is coming out soon.
Oh, it's coming out on Game
yeah,
Pass.
yeah. So don't roll your eyes at me. No, but I have been playing this game called First Descendants that Jacob, you were trying to talk me out of. But it essentially
My
is
mistake. My mistake.
it's actually a really good game. A lot of people complain that like like it's just the same missions over and over again. Well, you guys are just not familiar with the grind culture. It is literally Destiny with jiggle physics. That's all it is. So if you Destiny,
Yeah, some of us have jobs. We don't like to grind.
That's true.
sorry,
I'm here for that. I want this game to take me. If you tell me it takes 10 hours, I'll finish that boy.
See, and
You tell me it
this
takes
is the
20, I'm
beauty.
only gonna play 5 hours of it.
This is the beauty of Descendants, because when you go into the mission, when you actually go to claim a mission, it will tell you exactly how much time it takes, and usually it's less than 5 minutes. You're grinding for 15 minutes before progressing the story each and every single time. And let me tell you, aside from Baldur's Gate 3, it is probably the best villain introduction I have seen in a game. So, yeah.
I haven't played that game.
I think
First,
I owe
what?
Michael a playthrough because I thought he was talking about Once Human, which is not a good game. He was talking about First Descendants, so I'm gonna download it and play it a little bit.
The First
And
Descendant?
I send my apologies.
So
Oh, it's free to
Yeah, I
play?
think it's the First Descendant.
yeah, it's free to play. So it gives you,
You
the
can
kind of
you can play it on
vibe.
Xbox?
Yeah. It gives you the vibe that
Alright.
it was an MMO, and it was ported to Xbox, and after you get adjusted to a few of those mechanics, and it really starts picking up speed. But I definitely liked it. It brought back your grind culture for me, and it to me at least is a step up above Destiny 2, I should say. So it's
I can
cool.
maybe click on that if it's free.
Yeah.
That's what you should lead with. It's
It is
free.
free to play. So download it, play it. It's a good good way to pass the time. And yeah. So, but overall
I can
though,
see what
I
you
feel
say
like
about jiggle physics. All of the characters look like they're just ladies in skimpy outfits. Someone
there's
needs to
some
talk
guys
to the
there.
boss.
Yeah, Michael has a male character. I don't know what he means by jiggle physics on those, but
There's still jiggle physics on them. No, but no, but yeah. Overall though, I think we're all about here. One, we've all been playing games, and two, we did not like this book, God of War, Fallen God. Uh,
yeah, unfortunately, I wanted to like it. I really wanted to like it, but yeah.
Just not enough
Play God of
substance.
War. Play the games. Yeah. Play the games and then read the book. If you play the games, you can appreciate the book at least. It's not the greatest book, but you can
Very least.
appreciate what they did.
yeah, if you read the
Yeah.
book first, then you're probably not going to want to play a game like me. So it is what it is. Actually,
stop
now that I think
watching.
about it, what this book really gave me the vibe for, right? When you read this book and you kind of just pay attention to Kratos' dialogue, it's like the very, very early Dragon Ball Z episodes. It's just nothing but screaming.
Yeah. I think almost everything he says includes damn you in some way or the word damn. It's like
Yeah.
everything he says is damn this curse, damn these blades. Like
Yeah.
the dialogue is very, very
Very
it's consistent,
Kratos.
you know.
It's very Kratos.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
all right. Well,
I guess
overall,
next thing. That being
hands
said,
down,
Michael's got to tell us what we're gonna read next, or read and or play for next month.
you know what,
It is
Jacob,
your month, right?
it is my month, and you know what? I'm going to find us some Ninja Gaiden material, and I don't know what it's going to be yet, but that's what's going to be on the docket. If it changes, I'll let y'all know.
I can't wait to hate on it.
I can't wait to see you hate on it.
All right.
But then we also have one bit of a shout out to do. Next episode, I want to take some time to go over a new piece of work that just recently came out by our friend Andy Ewington, who is one of our special episodes in Durham Comicsology Club. Come on,
There's a
you
piece
could.
of pie on the cover. I can't remember what it's
There it
called.
is. Yep, that's the one. It's a.
I follow him.
mystery
I follow him on
detective piece.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
let's just
so
read that.
we're-
Let's like
yeah.
no, we'll save your Ninja Gaiden stuff for the after show. But let's read his thing for next
if we
episode.
do
We
that-
do a
if we can.
special
So,
episode
hold
next
on,
month.
hold on.
2 months, 2 episodes.
See, I like your idea, Jacob. We can do one episode on Ninja Gaiden, one episode on Mr. Ewington's new release. But I want to make it very clear: if we do this, we're committing to something that has no pictures. So.
Oh no! Who's gonna be the first person to make us read an actual book?
I know, right?
I'm fine with it.
As is my job.
It
Let's do it.
looks
Alright, so-
it looks decently short. From everything I've seen, it looks decently short. So
Well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and plan for a shout out to Ewington. We know him as much, and maybe we can even get him back on the show. And then two, we'll have the Ninja Gaiden at some point, whether it be next month or the following month. But I do want to compare this episode to that Ninja Gaiden episode and see where everybody's at. And I want to place a bet on it, Jacob. I think you're going to enjoy that book, whatever it may be. You're going to enjoy it more than this book.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
hold on.
It's not a very high bar, to be honest.
It's called,
exactly my point.
I hope it's
exactly
better.
my point.
For your sake, Michael, I hope it's better.
It's called Silence of the Dead, by the way.
Silence of the Dead.
It's called Silence of the Dead.
Detective story. All right. Well,
So is
yeah,
this
I'm excited.
the
I've
story
been
you're
thinking
saying is
about it.
multiple different stories based around a detective?
so I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong because I just ordered it and I just kind of skimmed over the overview, but it does sound like each chapter is a different kind of, and it's one giant continuous story. All the better. But all I know is that it is a detective-based story about solving mysteries, and it has a little bit of a comical side to it. If I'm not, misreading it. But Andy has never led us astray. He's never steered us wrong. So I'm looking forward to getting it in the mail and reading it. So and giving it a good review.
All right. Well, I will.
So-
I will pick it up, and so should you.
Yeah, I already ordered. Mine.
You can
the
get it for
You're behind
free
me.
on Kindle. It's
I'm
only
speaking
it's
to
only
the viewer. I'm speaking to the viewer.
it's only 284 pages. That's a crisp one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I probably have it
yeah.
done by next month.
All right, Michael, sweep us up, and then we'll get out of here.
Does anyone have a?
Tell them where you can find you.
No? Okay. All right. So again, Michael Lopez. Thank you for listening. You guys can find me at 008studios.com. That's 0-0-8studios.com on purpose. We have a few new things on our store, and we're going to be revamping our merch pretty soon. So if you're not following us, please do. You can't message me unless you're subscribed. So cheers. Jacob, you go ahead. Tell us where we can find you. Don't forget about your channel.
All right, I'm Jacob, just Jacob, and yeah, you can follow me on, or you can subscribe at Can I Code JS on YouTube. I will probably upload a video eventually. Yeah, or you can follow me on Instagram, jacob.courts. I'm going to be posting more there about my life. At least that's my goal. So
Hey, is Quartz
That's what I got.
short for anything?
no.
No? Okay.
CORTZ. It's gibberish.
I tried. Yeah. All right. Higgins, where can we find you?
You can find me at jserm93 on Instagram, and that's basically it.
Nice.
Leave us messages on our on your Apple or Spotify or whatever. Leave us some comments and whatnot.
Yeah.
Email Michael and ask him questions. Ask what size shirt Michael's wears. I don't know.
Extra small. For
Yeah,
anyone
I can't.
wondering.
I want to know. I've been trying to figure it out without seeming weird.
No, for real though, do interact. Remember, we're going for that number one spot next. So leave a comment, leave a like, leave a rating, ask us questions like Higgin said, and stand by to listen to more. You know, your vote matters, your points matter. What else can I say? No, okay.
I like every
We're all good.
video.
I like every video. I like every post. You're behind on that curve too. No, but all right, guys. We really appreciate you. Listening into this episode. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. Well, that's a lie. I hope you enjoyed it more than we did. So, but we'll see you next time. And cheers. Thanks, guys.
Boy.
Bye.
Is it done now?